Hello all, 17th of June 2016, Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. So I've had somebody send me a message and ask me what are the benefits of having a polytunnel or a greenhouse. So I imagine that other people are thinking this as well, and so what I thought I would do is to deliver a video response in order to address this question. So of course nowadays gardens in this country anyway tend to be a lot smaller with regards to how they would have been maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. A lot of this is due to the fact that lots of houses are built now with little regard really with regards to sort of family life. So one thing that they tend to have is a small garden, which in my opinion is a shame, but that's a subject for another matter. So you can get polytunnels of all different shapes and sizes and that sort of thing. So you can get sort of like 4 by 2 meters. This is a 6 by 3 meters, so it's relatively large for a domestic garden. But as I said, you can get them in all different sizes, and you can even get very small ones like plastic cold frames and that sort of thing, or metal cold frames, or even make your own. So you can sort of, if you think about things, you can make a relatively sort of small greenhouse or polytunnel for your garden. Look down your local garden centre, look on the internet, and the chances are you will find one that will suit you, even if you have a postage stamp style garden. So let's talk a little bit about a polytunnel. So as I stated, this is 6 by 3 meters, and with regards to a polytunnel you must ensure that it is secured properly. So I'll show you how we have secured ours. Now look down here, you can see this wooden post. Now this is concreted in, and there is a wooden post in each of the 4 corners, and there is some angle iron which is screwed onto the post, which is concreted in, and then the angle iron is then screwed onto some wood which sits on a course of bricks. I can show you better down here. So you can see the wood sits on a course of bricks. They're not mortared together, they're loose laid, and so that keeps it off the ground and stops the rot, at least delays it anyway. And then the polytunnel frame is screwed onto the wood, you can see here, using these clamps here. So this is very secure indeed. So it's got to be a strong wind in order to rip a angle iron off of a concreted in wooden post. And of course it's properly attached there, so you can see what we've done here. And the wood of course is treated with, I believe, some sort of cuprinol like substance in order to sort of delay the wood rot, because you don't want that. And this is of course a galvanized frame. I think this polytunnel was about £160, not including the posts of course and the wood, but the actual polytunnel itself, the frame and the plastic to go over it. And one good thing about this is you can see that it's got these plastic bits here to stop sort of wear and tear of the plastic on the frame. So that's one thing you want to sort of be looking at. Now with regards to a polytunnel, you've got to think, how are you going to sort of lay it out? Now of course we've got raised beds, as you can see. I like raised beds because, you know, you don't have to bend down as far. You know, you can keep them in check, and of course everything here is no dig, so what we do is simply just top up the growing medium every year at the start of the season. So that's a good thing to do as well. And what we have, as you can see, is another raised bed there. So we've got 2 here, 1 here and 1 over there. That's a bit overgrown, forgive me on that one. I've been so busy lately. You've got brassicas here that need to go in. Look at that, crazy stuff. And we've also left a little bit of floor space, because as you can see we have I've spoke about this peach tree a lot, I'm not going to go into this subject today, but you can put whatever you wanted to down here, and a little bit of floor space as well for things like little banana trees and that sort of thing. So with regards to a polytunnel, what you can do is you can get things in a little bit earlier and extend the season as well due to the extra sort of temperatures. It's generally about 3 or 4 degrees hotter in here on average than it is outside. Of course that increases significantly if it's very hot outside, because the heat gets in here and it stays in here, and it really indeed does get warm. I believe I uploaded a video a few weeks ago down here where I had the thermometer on this black plastic which attracts a lot of heat when there's sun, in order to help heat up the ground for these watermelons here. It was around sort of close to 50 degrees, so it's about sort of gets late 30s, 40 degrees in the polytunnel if it's really hot, and down here with the microclimate about 50 degrees, so it can be great for growing things that wouldn't normally be grown in the UK, such as sort of watermelons. And as you can see, we've responded very well. One there, look, and there will be another one here on these female flowers, and of course the bitter melons as well, and the banana tree and the peach tree. So another thing is, for example, you can use it to help protect things from the weather. So spoke about this, the peach tree, peach leaf curl, check out the video if you're interested. Having it in the polytunnel helps protect it from the peach leaf curl, which occurs during the winter when the tree gets wet, and it will go under, and it goes under 16 degrees. It allows the peach leaf curl to sort of come out, which is one thing you want to avoid. But as I say, check out the video if you're interested in that. Now, things like strawberries as well, which can get very mushy and suffer from diseases like mildew if they get sort of wet outside or whatever. But in here, I can control the amount of water that they get, so that's a very good thing to do as well. You can use it to, like these brassicas here, I'll just zoom in. Of course, there's no birds going to get in here unless I leave the door open, of course. But you do have to protect from slugs, look. Look at them, look a bit pathetic really, them kohlrabis, but never mind, I can live with that. So we use it to bring things on earlier. Nice bit of kohlrabi here, which is due to go in the ground soon, and extend the season as well. And with regards to a sort of polytunnel, you can have like shelving to put whatever you want on it. This is made out of 2x4s, and we use it to mount the strawberries on, but you could use this to put sort of pots on, or storage of any sort. So polytunnels can be very good for storage as well. And one good thing about polytunnels and greenhouses is people quite often get them and decide they don't want them because they think it's too much work. They think it's a nice romantic idea to begin with, and then they don't like it. And you can quite often find them, particularly greenhouses I've noticed, in the local paper for free. So all you have to do is take it down and collect it. So if you want to save a bit of money, you know, getting a second-hand polytunnel or greenhouse which has hardly been used could be a very sort of good idea. And we've got a path down the middle for easy walking. So that's a little bit about polytunnels, and I hope that the person that asked me the question, I hope this response is sort of satisfactory, and if there's any questions on this I will endeavour to answer them. Take care, speak soon.